Discovering student talent is one of the most fun and important parts of the Global Game Changers curriculum. Once they discover their talent, students are one step closer to completing their superpower equation. The experience of discovering their talent builds self-confidence and self-value. It makes them feel seen for the qualities that make them unique. This in turn makes them more resilient when they encounter a challenge or need to work on an area where they lack confidence. To demonstrate this, let me tell you a story about my class. Over the past several years, my school has welcomed students who have immigrated to the United States from non-English speaking countries. As a result, I have students in my class with varying levels of English language skills. One of those students gets very frustrated that he can't keep up with all the complexities of our English and math lessons, as well as some of his fellow classmates. One day, when he was feeling particularly down, I talked to him and told him that he has a very special and unique talent. He speaks both English and Spanish. I acknowledged how valuable that talent is because he's always willing to translate for me with other immigrant students who I sometimes have a difficult time communicating with, and how it's a talent that I don't personally have. His face lit up and his attitude was transformed. Knowing that he has a talent that not everyone, not even all adults have, and that he can use that talent in a meaningful way helped him overcome his insecurities about the areas where he struggled. Not only did this realization build resiliency in that student, but it also fostered our relationship because he knows that I value his contribution to our classroom. Every student has a unique talent that they can use to ignite good. It may just take a little ingenuity to discover it. At GGC, we define talent as something that you are good at or like to do. We intentionally stretch the definition of talent because we know that our students are young. What they enjoy today may become a talent tomorrow. In fact, the skills that help talents grow, practice, perseverance, resiliency, are the skills Global Game Changers is hoping to build. We frame talent not as something students are simply born with, but as something they can develop. And that's motivating because the choice is theirs. Even though there's only a single unit devoted to talent, all of the Heart Badge units provide tools for you to explore your students' talents throughout the year. For 2nd through 5th grade students, each Heart Badge unit has a Heartbeat magazine that invites students to consider how to use different talents for the Heart Badge. Each unit level service project lesson features different talents as part of the superpower equation. Take time to highlight and spend time on talents throughout the curriculum, even when you're not teaching the talent unit, and it will help superpower equations come together more easily. Now it's time to put a spotlight on each of your students by giving them the chance to identify and demonstrate their unique talent. A great way to help students cultivate their talents throughout the year is to take notes when you see them display a certain talent. That way, if a student has a bad day, you can provide them with examples of times when they shared their talents by helping in class. You can also use superhero shout-outs to recognize moments when students use their specific talents. When you identify the simple things your students do as talents, it reminds both you and them how special their gifts are. For instance, when you tell the student who won't quit talking during class that they could be a great public speaker someday, that student is more likely to channel their oration skills toward advocating for a cause that their heart cares about. Sometimes students act up because they want attention, either positive or negative. When you recognize a student's talent, even if they use it negatively, you're giving them a chance to experience positive attention. Ultimately, this positive acknowledgement and recognition of their talents will foster confidence and self-value. Now let's talk specifically about teaching the talent unit. The objective of the talent unit is to provide students a deeper understanding of different talents, for them to be able to identify at least one way to ignite good using a talent, and for them to build a stronger basis for determining which talent they will choose for their superpower equation. This unit will support the growth of students' emotional maturity and plant the seeds for workforce readiness even at their young age. Like all units, remember to start the talent unit by beginning class with the GGC pledge, engaging with the Ignite Good mission, and reviewing the superpower equation. In addition to discovering and recognizing student talents, this unit helps students validate and celebrate the talents of others, whether they're classmates, friends, family, or members of the community. This unit's lessons are designed to expose students to all types of talents by trying many of them out. Not every student shares the same talent, but that's okay, because the world is much more fun when we all have different talents.